Alright, AKA Pirates, it's Wildstorm Wednesday. We're doing Wildstorm things, right? Wildstorm Productions, jimlee. But on this episode, right here, right now, we're doing jimlee versus Rob Liefeld. Who has had the greatest growth as an artist? Let's go. Alright, AKA Pirates, so here's the thing, and welcome to the channel. Peter A. DeLuca here, AKA Pad69, and stay with me, known throughout Philadelphia, PA, and the multiverse as the Eclectic One. You guys got it. So here's the deal. This is festering in my mind, and I've been waiting to do this for a Wildstorm Wednesday. And this past weekend, I hit a $40 short box outdoor New Jersey porch sale. New Jersey, New Jersey. I think it's in New Jersey or PA. Well, one of the two. I kind of forget. But anyway, within this $40 short box, I found X-Force 50, maybe the most significant illustration in Rob Liefeld's lifetime. I know a lot of you are going to think it's like something Deadpool. It's not. It's this, and I'm going to explain that to you. But while I'm staring at this, I'll show you that. But I was like looking at it, and then just something occurred to me. So it, like lightning, like struck my brain, and well, now we're here. I did a video. Let's hit that drawing table. All right, so here we go. I just want to make sure you guys understand. Your boy here, your AKA Pad. I illustrate this one I did with fine liners. I hate using fine liners. Usually I do pieces like this with a crow quill. But just for anyone that is not familiar with who I am, I know you guys, you like the heated hot take opinions when you see my thumbnails and my headlines, and you don't go through my feed. And yes, I'm an illustrator. Yes, I am capable. So let's just kind of do something. Thought experiment right here. X-Force, X-Men #1. Two of the most single high selling issues of all time. Of the two of these, it's almost like I always favored the gimmick of X-Force with the trading cards, because I love trading cards. But I favored the interior and the story of X-Men. And okay, baseline stuff. Now, both of these, right? I mean, we have big artwork driven covers, and look, it takes no introduction to know what jimlee does with his gimmick, right? Both of these covers, there's been plenty of homages, there's been plenty of nods, but when we go through the guts of X-Men, we have more to look at. There's just more here, okay? It is of this day, it's a master class of what comic book illustration has become. There is nothing but posterized, right? I believe this was a t-shirt at one time. Nothing but posterized images. There's nearly a posterized pose that's been ripped off, literally on posters, literally on merchandise, or hacked by someone else, including this Colossus, this Wolverine here. It's nearly every single page. That's the most significant contribution jimlee did with X-Men #1. Pound for pound, what got ripped off from here moving forward in American comics is unmeasurable. There hasn't been anything since. When we go through X-Force, right? I love this era, Rob Liefeld. There's just so much goodness here. It's his styling, his action, story flow. The colors are just jaw-dropping, but you can tell just by flipping through this. It really is like we're flipping through another world, and we're seeing things through a different illustrator. A different type of illustrator. Rob Liefeld at this stage in his career is very different than jimlee. Jimlee's style is, we'll just say it's more academic. and it's easier to build a studio around this style than what Rob Liefeld has here. Now, to continue the Jim Lee thread, let's just go to Divine Right. Divine Right, 1997. Okay, so we're leapfrogging. Let's just double check our dates here. Double checking, right? Where are we at here? Like I told you, and all of these were like posters, by the way, guys. I think I have this one still. These posters in halfway decent shape. I always love this though. Things to come. Yeah, let's just double check the date here. We are at 1991. 1991 to 1997. X-Force was published. I'm just being thorough. 1991, okay? 91, 97. So, in that same time frame, where was Rob Liefeld? Because when we go through, and I chose Divine Right number 2 because I believe Divine Right number 2 is a better issue than Divine Right number 1. We see the Jim Lee here looks a lot like the Jim Lee from X-Men number 1, right? I mean, I think that's fair. I think that's a fair assessment. But what happens to Rob Liefeld? What happens to Rob Liefeld? Well, we have one illustration, X-Force 50. We have one idea of what happens. Okay, and we have this. 4X gatefold cover. And what we get here is we also get the Rob Liefeld studio. We have, right, John Sybil inking this. We probably have Kiko coloring it. We, you know, like this is, right, I cannot confirm because I don't see all the signatures. But at one time I had 2 of these. And one of them I've ripped this off and I pinned this up on my wall. Because to me, this was the ultimate evolution of Rob Liefeld. As not just an illustrator, but as running a studio. He's working with the right inker. He's working with the right colorist. Everyone's kind of in sync and communicating with one another. And we can just kind of compare a lot of just the straight up line work when it comes from cable to cable here. What we have is like, look, the same hairline, the same type of proportions, but we're getting this like evolution of this style is, I don't know, it's inspiring, it's jaw-dropping, I absolutely love it. I'm in the camp where, you know, like if Rob Liefeld during this time, you know, like we're roughly 7 years after X-Force, in 7 years, like I would rather buy comic books that look like this versus where Jim Lee was with Divine Right. Like I just really feel like the growth goes to Rob Liefeld, and even if we just compared like cover to cover, you know, like Liefeld's going to sell the books, and Jim Lee at this point, a lot of goodwill on missing deadlines and letting Wildcats slide and things like that. Rob Liefeld equally has lost a lot of goodwill within the industry for similar reasons. But I really would have to say at this point in their career, from their groundbreaking issues to 96, 97, I would have to give it to Rob Liefeld. Because I just, again, I know people don't like these proportions. They think they're wonky. They think they're crazy. But I love the veins. I love the hair is so phenomenal in this. We give big shout out to one of the best 90 moons since Stephen Platt did Prophet number 5, right? Prophet 5 or Prophet 6. I just love his sunspot here too. And here's the wild thing. When we go into the interior, yeah, we get the shock that the interior just doesn't match. Even though Adam Polina was, you know, he was on all cylinders when he was working on X-Force here. I believe he was worthy to be in the line of X-Force at this time. The book more or less deviated more than the artwork, but they're trying something different with the team here. We have to understand that. But if we look at this, all right, and if we did like another exercise, if you saw this image and you just said to yourself, look, just add Cable, but make this look as cool as possible, you kind of understand where Liefeld, like what his baseline is and what he is coming from. I don't know, people. I would say now when we get to the modern day, it's all jimlee and it's no Liefeld, because I do believe the modern day Rob Liefeld, there's a lot to be desired there. But this era, I give it to Rob. Wildstorm Wednesday, guys. I love you. Alright, so guys, I know, right? It's not exactly, I mean, I know you guys may not agree with me. I know there's so much Rob Liefeld hate out there. I am gearing up on a run of like maybe 3 or 4 Rob Liefeld videos. Some of these videos are going to drop via automatic release because I am stockpiling a lot of content and a lot of videos. My podcast, probably for the next month, is going to be every other day, a movie by 8 o'clock in the morning. That's going to drop every single other day. So look for AKAPAD, the film buff, on any of your podcast networks. Link for that, I believe, is down below. Not 100% on that. I'll put it there if it's not. But no, and then look, automatic video rollouts coming up. So what I'm trying to do is stockpile content, but then have like a window to do like a news drop or some type of hot take. So podcasts will be 8 across all your social media platforms or podcast platforms, and the YouTube drops will automatically be at 9 after a certain point, probably within the next day or so, probably starting sometime tomorrow. It doesn't mean I'm not going to be able to do more reactionary stuff, because I got 2 things. I got a giant bro weekend coming up. It's going to be madness. We're going to be in Ocean City, Maryland. And then a couple days, like almost like a week after that, I'm going to be 2 weeks in Europe. I'm going to be in France. I'm going to be in Italy. Going to be in, I think, Dublin, Milan, Italy. I'm going to be at Rome. I'm going to be all over. It's going to be crazy. That's going to be nuts also. But no, guys, just be on the lookout. I'm trying to do as much as I can just to stay involved with all of you. And again, I know a lot of you guys you watch, like, leave in the comments, and you kind of, at this point, hopefully, you start appreciating a little bit of the AKAPAD, this guy here. News, views, reviews, insights, things that I, that actually, that I wake up for. So flex all day, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Subscribe, support, leave a comment. If you can, just leave a comment. I love you guys.